when God seems silent. The best thing to do is to stand in faith, because we know that God does not go anywhere. He's always there with us. The only thing is that we cannot see him with our naked eyes, but we can see him through our spirit, through faith. And so that's why it is very, very important to walk by faith. Paul has told us that we should walk by faith and not by sight. Most of the times we believe in what we are seeing. And when we do not see what God is doing with our lives, we will get discouraged. But God sometimes seems hidden. He hides. And so when he's hidden, that is in our own thoughts, that God is not there, but we know he's omnipresent. He's always there in every turn of our ways. He's always there in every situation. There's no time that God is not there. And I would like us to reflect today on Psalms 139. Psalms 139 says, Lord, you have probed me. You know me. You know when I sit and I stand. So how does he know if he's not there? If he seems hidden? He knows when you sit and when you stand. And the psalmist continues saying, you understand my thoughts from afar. My travels and my test you mark. With all my ways you are familiar. So who knows you more than God? Even your own parent cannot know you as much as God knows you, because your parent can only know as far as he or she can see. But God sees beyond what we can see. He is the creator. He is your maker. He is your God. And here the psalmist continues saying, even before a word is on my tongue, Lord, you know it all. God knows a word before you even says it. He knows what you are going to say this minute. He knows all what you are going to say by the end of this day. And even you yourself does not know what you will be saying even in the next 1 hour. You never know what is going to happen in the next 1 hour and which words you are going to use. But God knows. And that is why we are supposed to commit everything to him, because he's all-knowing. And the psalmist continues, Lord, you know it all. Behind and before, you encircle me. Behind and before. And rest your hand upon me. You rest your hand upon me. Such knowledge is beyond me, far too lofty for me to reach. Can you accept that God has knowledge not only of the outward, but even the inside of you? Like now, if you can ask yourself, when you eat your food, how does it go in there, apart from what we have learned in biology? How does the food get broken down? And how does it go to circulate in the whole body? How does it remove the waste food, separate it? Can you imagine? Who has put that system in place? It is God. And you don't even know how it works. That is why sometimes you have a stomach upset, you have a diarrhea, you don't know what you ate, you don't know what you mixed with what. But God is aware of all these situations. And the psalmist continues, where can I hide from your spirit? Where? From your presence, where can I flee? There's nowhere to flee. Remember one time Elijah, after he had done so much for God, killed the agents of Baal. destroyed them. He became fearful and he went to hide in a cave. But did he hide from God? No. God found him. God found him. Moses ran away from Egypt. But did he hide from God? No. God knew where he was and he knew exactly what he was doing. So let us continue asking, if I ascend to the heavens, you are there. If I lie down in Sheol, you are there too. If I fly with the wings of dawn and alight beyond the sea, you are there. So where is God? He's everywhere. Wherever you go, He's there in the car when you are driving. He's there as you swim. He's there as you fly in an aeroplane. He's there. Wherever you enter the toilet, God is there. And that is why when you enter a toilet and you leave it dirty, after you have found it clean, and you think no one will see you, just know that God sees. So do everything knowing that God sees all that you do. You cannot hide anything from God because He's all knowing and He's everywhere. We are told He's omnipresent. Yes, so you cannot hide from God. If I fly with the wings of dawn and alight beyond the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand hold me fast. If I say, surely darkness shall hide me, and night shall be my light, darkness is not dark for you, and night shines as the day. Darkness and light are but one. As far as God is concerned, darkness and light are one. God does not separate them. We are the ones who separate. They are separated for us so that we can have the things we do during the day and the things we do at night. But God works round the clock. He doesn't go to sleep the way we do. He doesn't go to rest the way we do. And so God is around the clock, working, watching over you, taking care of you, taking care of all that you are and all that you have. In everything that you partake to do, He is there. And that is why we should recognize Him in all that we partake to do and in every situation of our lives. Then He continues to say, you formed my inmost being. You knit me in my mother's womb. That is a great acknowledgement that God is your creator. He created you. He made you and me, knitted you in our mother's wombs. I praise you so wonderfully you made me. Wonderful are your works. My very self you knew. My bones were not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, fashioned as in the depths of the earth. You are there being knitted in secret. God knew, and God knew that you, apart from seeing, He knows. And He knew you before you were even put there, you were even conceived. And so when you are there knitted secretly, your mother, my mother, did not know, is it a girl, is it a boy? Although today we have technology that identifies when children are in the womb. But in our times, the expectant mother only knew the sex of the child when the child was born. And so you are there, knitted quietly, for the mother not to know even whether it was a boy or a girl, but God knew. God knew even your name before you came into the world. He knew this child will be born and will be called this name. That's why He tells us He knows us by the names, and He has called us by the names. So your eyes foresaw my actions. In your book, all are written down. my days were shaped before one came to be. My days were shaped before any one of these days came to be. So can you imagine God knows your today, He knows your tomorrow, He knows your day after tomorrow. So your days were shaped even before they came to be. And that is why when we think God is hiding, He's not hiding. Where you are at that particular time is where you are meant to be, because He has seen your days even before they came to be. And we continue. How precious to me are your designs, O God. How vast the sum of them. How vast, how precious are your designs. Can you imagine how God has designed a human being with a brain that can function, controlling every part of the body, eyes that can open and see, teeth that come at 6 months. Who designed that? And then the other teeth that come later on. Who designed that? He designed that you'll have that two teeth, but they don't all come at the same time. How awesome! How awesome! He designed that you'll have milk teeth and that they will fall off, and then you get now the other tough teeth so that you can eat tough things. Because the milk teeth are there to eat soft food. But after that, you can eat tough food because He has given you the tough teeth. So how awesome is our God, our Creator? So were I to count, they would outnumber the suns. To finish, I would need eternity. Yes, we cannot count. If we are to count, we will need eternity. Because looking at a person, with all what God has put in a person, a complete human being, you cannot even analyze. If you start analyzing now, the psalmist is saying you will need eternity. All what God has put in you, all what He has put in me. So, how precious to me are your designs, O God. How vast the sum of them. Were I to count, they would outnumber the suns. To finish, I would need eternity. If only you would destroy the wicked, O God, and the bloodthirsty would depart from me. Deceitfully they invoke your name, your foes swear faithless oaths. He continues to say, probe me, God, know my heart. Try me, know my concerns. See if my way is crooked. Then lead me in the ancient paths. What a beautiful psalm. Acknowledging God's creation, acknowledging God's creativity, acknowledging God's wisdom, acknowledging God's sovereignty over man, acknowledging that God is all-knowing, all-loving, and all-faithful. So if we acknowledge this in our lives, that God is faithful, God is loving, God is all-knowing, then we are good to go. Our lives will be guided and ordered of the Lord, because we are told the steps of a good man are ordered of the Lord. Does it mean there are men who are not good? No, we are all good. And so when God created, He looked at everything and said, everything is good, very good. Those were the words of God. So there is no man who is not good, except if you want to stay bad. You know, we can decide. I can make a decision. I don't want to be anything good. All I want to do is bad. That's a decision you have made, but that's not who God created you to be. So today, let us reflect on Psalms 139 and let it be our guide. Let it be our map. because we are faithfully and wonderfully made for the glory of God, so that God can fulfill his purpose here on earth through us, through me, through you, and through the rest of us. So if this message was for you or it has helped you, please share it with your friends, with your family members. Also subscribe to this channel so that we can continue working together in faith. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly.